Hi everyone, the Mature Simmer here. So welcome back to the coast to coast run that we have going on here. And I am going to go with this particular job that I have here. It's the longest job available, 3,644 miles. It's going to take us from Whitehorse up here in Yukon Territory all the way down to Baja, Mexico. So definitely an area we haven't been to yet because we went down this way. So I'm going to take that job. $125,000. Definitely a worthwhile run here. And I am being told that we are looking at... Sorry, turning that GPS off. Oh, gotta turn the parking brake off too. We'll head on out here with our SILICA. But my sim dashboard is giving me 5 hours and 10 minutes of real time. So this is definitely going to take multiple attempts. Oh boy, to get through. How do I get out of here is the bigger question. Wait a minute, I can't go that way. Which way do I go? I mean, the exit is there, but geez. So I guess I better scout this out a bit. What have I got here? Yeah, I definitely can't go that way. That's blocked. So I'm going to have to find a way to turn around, I guess. That is just very strange. Alright, let's do that. So, an inauspicious beginning, for sure. Wow. These guys are probably like, we're paying this guy to take our stuff. Does he even know how to drive a truck? Keep running into their fence. I don't know what else I could do to screw this up anymore. But yeah, I do think I need to go around. Well, or is that the best way to go? Is that exit there, and maybe I just keep heading backwards and go across? This is just a hard one to figure out how to get out of. You know what, maybe if I go forward and go here around the edge, I just hope I'm not going to get myself stuck. But I'm going to try this direction and hope that that gives me a path to the exit. I don't know what it's rerouting from. Okay, yeah, but at least we don't have a trailer, and that works, and I don't have to do anything else. So this is where we ended our last run, was up here in the Yukon Territory. So yeah, you know, for those of you who are coming to the channel for ATS stuff, you know, I do appreciate that you're doing that. So yeah, those of you that are, you know, coming to the channel to see some ATS content, definitely appreciate you being here. I know that the focus is definitely on Farming Simulator. And I just do happen to have a little bit of an opening, so I'm going to try to make some good progress on this, and hopefully I can get an episode done. But, you know, obviously I'll have to see how that all goes. Because with 5 hours and 10 minutes, I really only have probably 30 minutes now. Let me see, my gas is only half. I'm going to go ahead. Well, you know what? I can go 291 miles. It'll start getting dark. So I'm going to go ahead and push through and then fill up later. So that is the plan. You know, Canada, Mexico, they definitely do both have some nice scenery. You know, they've gone ahead obviously and put mountains in here and, you know, made it look pretty good. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do with this one, rather than time lapse it down, I'm going to try to just, you know, do this start for a little bit, you know, maybe get a few minutes in here, and then may go ahead and just jump immediately to the end. I'm really not sure. It's hard to know. Definitely, if you can, give me some feedback on what you'd prefer to see on these long runs and how you'd prefer them to be shown, because that'll give me something to at least know. Let me know, that those of you that are watching, what you're looking to see. You know, I just don't know if on the time lapse you can tell enough about what's going on in the scenery for it to matter. I probably should have looked, because I just kind of assumed that nobody would be coming since it was pretty much a main road, but that can be a dangerous assumption. Alright, just trying to set my cruise. Obviously, since things are up in kilometers in Canada, I'm sure this is like 80 kilometers, but it's 62 miles per hour on my setup since I'm running in miles per hour. You know, and again, if I'm, you know, were to be role-playing a bit, I mean, yeah, I'm sure I'd be a American trucking company, and so I'd have those kind of vehicles involved. Turning on my lights, I just noticed they were off so that I don't get that kind of a penalty. But, you know, the good news is we're driving again, and for those who are looking for us to be doing that, we are doing exactly that. See, part of the reason I'm potentially thinking of just kind of jumping to the end is, at least through Canada, this is kind of what the scenery is at this point. I mean, when you're in the town, and I think because it was Whitehorse and it was the corner of the map, they spent a little bit of time there, but once I'm on the roads here, it's just pine trees and so forth. So, you know, then I will be getting into the official DLC maps, you know, heading the way we are. We're going to stay over on the west side of the United States, but what I'm hoping is it gives me a few cities here and there that will once again, you know, give me some alternatives. But I'm starting to think that our max is not going to exceed 4,000, which is probably okay. I mean, 3,600 miles is nothing to sneeze at, that's for sure. But we're going to hit this intersection. Whoa, that turns a lot more sharp than the speed's going to allow. I'm going to roll the truck if I just keep moving. So I'm assuming I'm going to need to turn left here. I was talking over her.
Turn left.
There we go. Now I heard her. I know we're a little light, but I'm just surprised I'm catching him as much as I am. And I don't know that I'm catching him enough that I can try to pass him, but right now I don't see anything, so I'm going to go ahead, because usually the way the AI works is like as soon as I start to overtake, yeah, he'll hit his brakes, as you saw, and let me by, which is good, because then at least you can overtake, but you're not having to run insane lengths. But clouds moving in. Looks like I might have some weather. I'm not quite sure how that'll play out. But at this point, it tells us it's Saturday afternoon, almost Saturday evening in the game. We have till next Saturday to deliver. Right now, if I was to just keep driving, I guess, because it's telling me I have 101 hours, almost 102 hours to get there, that I'd be getting there just before midnight on Wednesday. So, I've got 3 days to spare, which basically means that's what I can sleep. So that'd be, 72 hours. So I could sleep 7 times and still be okay. So I'm definitely probably not going to be running in the dark a lot, just because there's not really a reason to do it. But, because I can only sleep 10 hours and drive 12, it's only a 22-hour day. I'm always pulling things up a couple hours. So, at this point, if I was to go to sleep, I'd be up at 3 a.m. Then if I was to run as far as I could and go to sleep, I'd be up at 1 a.m. So I kind of want to drive as far as I can, which is making me rethink my gas a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see. Because if I run till like 9, that'll get me up at 7 in the morning. So maybe I just want to get to at least 7 p.m. and then I'll be up at 5 in the morning. And I could even stop at 6 p.m. I don't know. We'll see. There's not a lot of places to stop is the problem, so I can't just pull over and sleep, so I'm a little beholden to when I hit a rest area. But I think at this point, the first one I see, I'm going to pull over and sleep, and then I'll just keep going. So unless I change my mind, this will just jump very quickly to the end, but it's probably still going to be a 15-20 minute video that we had here at the beginning just to get going. So but with these long runs, I think it's going to be something like that. But if you do like what I was doing earlier, where I was doing time lapse and kind of coming out of it for a few seconds at every border so you could tell where I was at, I can go back to that. But with 5 hours and 10 minutes of recording to do that, those are some pretty big files, and if nobody's really wanting to see that, it gets hard to do that. So like I said, if people want that, I'll be happy to try to make it happen. But if they don't, and you'd prefer this shorter, talk a bit in the beginning and show me the end, I'm happy to do that too. So let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, I figured I'd pop back in for a bit. I'm just about leaving the coast-to-coast map and getting into the actual official DLC from SES. So I'm going to be heading from Montana here into Idaho. I think we're heading toward Idaho Falls, and we've got about 1,764 miles left, so we're about halfway done from the 3,600 that we had. So definitely been, a pretty long ride here. There we go, Idaho Falls discovered. So, and as you can see, looks very significantly different in that, you know, things are fleshed out a lot more lived in looking. We had just come from really just the prairie area. But yeah, there wasn't a whole lot to see up in the location there. So yeah, it looks like we've discovered a viewpoint, one of those viewpoints they have in the official downloadable content. So, you know, we're going to keep plugging away. I've definitely done this in 2 or 3 sessions already. All right, I think I can go a little quicker here, but I did just want to kind of show the transition, and as you saw, it was pretty abrupt from kind of not having much to suddenly we're right there, and now we've got all kinds of things. So we got to head down and then you know, traverse all the states all the way to the southern border here, and then we'll be heading into Mexico and continuing on from there. So I will see you in a little bit. So I'm coming up on the town here. Don't have much further to go. This is about 18 miles. But I'm chewing through them pretty quickly, as you do on Truck Simulator. And there we can see our drop-off point. So just as the other portion of Mexico, this one was definitely more scenic, for sure. There were definitely, you know, canyons and rivers, and we were going along the ocean. But the map makers that have worked here certainly have done a more thorough job than the ones that did the US and the Canadian side. So certainly I would recommend, if you're looking for something that's still pretty well fleshed out, definitely this full Mexico pack is nice. I've still got 107 miles till I'm empty, and so I'm not in any concern there. So again, we're here on Thursday. We had till Saturday to deliver, so and we're about 3 hours till we'd have to rest, so we'll definitely be fine. I assume we're going to discover this city shortly, and we'll have to deliver here. So it looks like maybe to the port. I assume that's what Puerto is, maybe. Could be crazy. Oh, they've got like a nice sign over there. You can see it to the left past the truck, Puerto San Carlos. So I think, yeah, we're going to have to turn into the yard here, which also is the only place, or is a place to rest if we needed that, but obviously we don't. And then we'll see where it wants us to put this. Oh, it's like a big fish, or dinosaur fish or something. Finally, we are here. Alright, so a little bit of a gate. Looks like they pulled it from Oakland. It says Oakland Shippers. It's still pretty nice. I guess let me take a look. Where do I have to go? Okay, looks like we go around there and then place it in a relatively tight spot, so we may get skilled parking for that because we're between containers. So just got to be careful because obviously there's a lot of things around here in the yard. Let's see. Yeah, that should do it. So we'll start getting that back. See what we can do. But yeah, this you know, $125,000 payday and 3,600 miles. This should be good experience and certainly good money. So I'm definitely going to keep running contracts until I unlock, nearly everything. I don't need to unlock the fuel economy, but, so I think it'll be like to level 30. But, we'll see where we get here. So there we go. 125,000, 7,400 XP. So we went from level 12 to level 15. Because, yeah, at this point, we're getting the 1.6 times experience for the distance. Then long distance bonuses. And, it only gave us a 40 for trailer maneuvering. If we start adding some different cargo and so forth, but let me, I think I'm going to go with unlocking 3 more of the hazardous waste, so that will give us quite a bit of options. But we should be at what, over 375,000. So by the time we get to the point where we are ready to buy things, we'll be able to buy quite a bit, not just a truck for ourselves, but other garages, other trucks, add drivers. So we're going to be able to have a pretty healthy operation, is what it looks like at this point, which is what I expected given the distances that we're going to be able to cover. So hopefully, if you're following along, you're enjoying our progress. And as always, please subscribe. Please like the video so that it can get viewed by more folks. And any comments, I'll be happy to respond to. I will see you next time.